Boom! And welcome to Today, brought to you by Boss Shot Shells. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver, and today is my day, and it is October the 10th. Am I right on my dates?
Believe so.
Oh, you got my date
Sounds
right.
right.
My person today that was born or died on October 10th in 1985 was known as one of the greatest American filmmakers and actors.
What year?
He died in 85. He started his directing in 1921. But the thing that made him famous was The War of the Worlds.
Orson Welles.
How'd you know that? I'm impressed.
I just know who Orson Welles is.
I'm very impressed by that. Do you know what movie he directed? They say it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Was War of the Worlds the one where they did the radio broadcast and
the Martians
people were committing suicide?
The Martians were invading.
That was War of the Worlds?
War of the Worlds, and people went batshit crazy because they broke it in on the radio. It was a radio time, and everybody listened to the radio, and they kept breaking in like news reports and stuff, and we're getting, this is coming out of the south side of Chicago. The Martians landed, and they're eating people and killing people, and people went batshit crazy. They didn't realize it was just a program.
People committed suicide.
But his greatest accomplishment, that made him famous, made him world famous, was a movie called Citizen Kane. He wrote it and co-directed it, or he directed it and co-wrote it. And they say it's one of the greatest movies of all time. And I don't really know much about Citizen Kane, but after agreeing on the storyline and the character, Wells supplied Mankiewicz with 300 pages of notes and put him under contract to write the first draft screenplay under supervision of John Houseman. Wells wrote his own draft, then drastically condensed and rearranged both versions and added scenes of his own. The industry accused Wells of underplaying Mankiewicz's contribution to the script, but Wells countered the attacks by saying, at the end, naturally, I was one making the picture. After all, who had to make the decisions? I used what I wanted of Marx, and right or wrongly, I kept all that I liked of my own. Anyways, it's considered one of the greatest movies of all time. And he was a great actor. He was around forever. I remember him as a kid. He would be a big, fat, older guy, but he stayed. I mean, he was around for a big, big time, and he played in the 60s, in the 70s. And I think one of his last films that he made would have been F for Fake in 1974 was probably his last movie that he was in. But he was around for a long time, and it was Orson Welles. Peter Bogdanovich asked him one time, what religion are you? And he goes, frankly, it's none of your damn business. And he said, well, actually, I grew up a Catholic, and that's why I don't like to tell no one that. But anyways, that was Orson Welles. My person who was born today was in a rock and roll band.
Okay. He
left a rock and roll band and went on his own, had problems with his bandmates, and went on his own career, and had one of the best rock songs I think ever. And people are gonna laugh at this. I just like it. Was Yankee Rose.
Don't know Yankee Rose. Don't know no Yankee Rose. Was it Slash?
No. This guy was born in Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, that solves it.
His dad was the ophthalmologist. He's Jewish.
It's got to be Slash.
Nope. In his teens, the family moved to Pasadena, California.
Sounds a lot like Slash.
No. He joined a band called Mammoth. Had two brothers in it. They got him on. They took him on because he had a little bit of money. He's probably one of the best frontmen to ever play in a band when it comes to putting on a show and singing.
Vince Neil.
No.
Trying to think of who else. The White Snake guy.
Had a song. No, not David Copperfield. He had a song, Coverdale, I mean. He had a song called Just a Gigolo, and all the world will know. Another thing called Just Like Paradise.
Nope, you can go ahead and say it.
He played with Van Halen.
Oh,
David Lee Roth, who needs to hang it up and has not realized it yet.
Right.
One of the greatest frontmen in any rock band. I liked Van Halen with him, and I liked Van Halen with Sammy Hagar because I liked I liked Eddie Van Halen. But he was very, very, very good on his own. He's a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
As he should be.
Yeah, great. If you've never read the book, there's a biography or a story about Van Halen that was written by one of their managers, and it's just a great book. One of my favorite stories is that when Van Halen was touring, and they were doing the big stadium tours, and they were big time. I mean, they were filling 70,000 seat venues, 50 to 70,000 seat venues all the time. They hired a new manager, and when he was there, he would notice he would walk around the edge of the stadium. And all these people were selling Van Halen T-shirts that were bootleg.
Right.
So he went to the band and he said, "Listen, we're losing $100,000 a day a gig on these people selling these bootleg T-shirts. We're not getting no money out of it on our licensing or anything."
Right.
And they said, "We really don't give a shit. We just want to play rock and roll and party and have fun and make money. That's all we care about. We don't care anything going on out there." He said, "Well, I got some guys that can fix it." They said, "I'll tell you what, we'll give you half the business if you'll fix it. You can have half the money made from it." So he went and hired some ex-retired Philadelphia detectives that he knew, and they worked for the band.
Some goons.
And they would go and dismantle these places.
Right.
They were making extra $100,000 a show after he did that. So he was making about $50,000 cash per show of his own for getting half the money for just doing it.
Can't be mad at that.
Nope. So anyways, I don't know that David Lee Roth's ever been married. I know he's had lots of girlfriends. I don't say nothing about him being married, no kids or nothing. But anyways, David Lee Roth is my person that was born today. My event that took place today happened today in 1979, and it lasted till 1981. And it was a brand new thing that the United States government came up with. Do you have any idea what it was?
The microwave.
No. The U.S. government did not come up with the microwave.
Ugh.
This was brought on by the U.S. Treasury.
The $5 bill.
No.
The $half bill. The coin.
The
50 cent
Susan
piece.
B. Anthony coin.
Ah. That was close.
It was $1. There was 1.5 billion coins were struck in anticipation of considerable public demand, but the Anthony dollar was poorly received, in part because of the confusion caused by its similarity in size and metallic composition to the quarter. Have you ever seen one?
No.
I haven't seen one in a long time. Despite its poor reception and most of the coins reposing in treasury and bank vaults, the Anthony dollar eventually began seeing use in vending machines and mass transit systems, depleting the surplus by the late 1990s. In 1997, Congress passed a law authorizing the mintage of a new gold-colored $1 coin depicting Sacagawea, but production could not begin quickly enough to meet demand. As a stopgap measure until the new Sacagawea dollar coin could be issued, the Anthony dollar was struck again in 1999 after an 18-year hiatus. The series was retired the following year. Special coins for sale to collectors were struck and proof finished through the runs of the Susan B. Anthony dollar. I've not seen one in years.
I think I've seen a Sacagawea one.
I haven't. I don't even know if I've seen one of them.
I've seen it.
I mean, I'm sure I have. I just don't know where it is. But anyways, it was the Susan B. Anthony coin. It was another thing the U.S. government did to try to change things up, and it doesn't work. And people just don't use. I mean, how often? What do you do with your coins when you get change?
Throw them in the gutter for bums.
Well, that's really nice of you.
Give them a little Easter egg hunt during August.
I do not.
See them sweat.
I do not. I put all my coins in a bag at home when I get them, or in my console of my truck. And usually when we go on vacation with the grandkids, I take all of my loose change and small dollars and stuff, and I take it to the bank and I trade it in for whatever it is, and I give the grandkids for spending money.
Right.
Because I just don't keep change. I don't carry change with me. Because you can't buy nothing with change no more. When I was a kid, people carried chains because there's a lot of shit you could buy for a quarter or a dime or a nickel.
Not anymore.
What's a penny stick of candy cost now? $1.06?
Yeah. Yeah, and like now, like when I was a kid, we used to have we'd have a break tutorial period where you got to go get a Coke soda pop
out of the vending machine
for 50 cents. Shit, I bet it's $1 now. And there's no soda
Y'all have
pops.
sodas in school?
Fuck no.
You have a water machine?
I don't know. Everybody brings their own water now. We got these gaudy water bottles that everybody carries around.
Which is actually healthier for the kids.
I guess. I don't understand why you want to carry a 50-pound.
Well, I understand that,
jug.
but at least water is at least healthier than drinking sodas was.
Yeah. I haven't been inside of high school in a long time. Maybe they still got a Coke machine, but I doubt it.
I doubt it very seriously too. When I was a kid, you'd go to the boys club. Would Bonham Elementary, go to the Southeast Boys Club, and it was a quarter for an RC Cola.
So it doubled in my time.
It was a quarter. Yeah, but it was probably, well, there was places you could still get 10-cent bottle of Cokes when I was a kid. Those little Coke bottles.
Yeah.
And like the paint store had them for 10 cents.
That's a bargain.
And actually what they did was they had a little thing with 10 cents in there, and you could get your own dime and put it in there. They didn't even charge you for they just bought Cokes and put them in there, but it was a dime machine.
That's nice of them.
But it was a dime. But that's the way they did stuff back then.
Not anymore.
Nope. Life's changed. All right. Well, anyways, that's my today. God bless y'all. Have a great day.
It's Friday. Have a great weekend, people. We love you.